Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we're taking a look at this riff from Cinderella's Push Push. This is from the Night Songs album in 1987. And I've done a bunch of riffs and tunes and solos from that album already. And this is probably one of the lesser known tracks. And I thought it'd be a great one to discuss here today. So that's what we're going to do. Down below in the description box, you will find a link to my Patreon page where you can find the tab and the Guitar Pro and the backing track for this lesson. And if you're a Patreon member, you can also get access to the solo for this song by Cinderella, which will be an exclusive over there. So if you're interested in that, go check out Patreon. It's also, I'll put that down, the link down there in the bottom of the page. On this one, we're in standard tuning, although on the album, you can tell it's a little flat. Sometimes that happens when they used to record to tape. They would slow down the tape, speed up the tape, depending on, what the producer was thinking. That might have been what happened. And so, you get sort of this weird tuning in between a half step down and standard tuning. So it's meant to be in standard tuning, I think. And so that's what we're going to do here, standard tuning. One of the things about this riff that I liked, that I thought would be cool, is it's simple. But there are some things about it that can be tricky. And so you get a workout on some basic things like switching chords in time and cleanly, and keeping the riff moving, and having just sort of a nice feel to the riff can be a challenge. We'll go through the main riff, the pre-chorus, and then the chorus riff. And let's get started. This is, like I said, from 1987. I feel like this particular song, Push Push, is very Aerosmith kind of influenced. So it's in the key of A. Here's my A chord for you guys. And it starts on a D chord before the whole thing kicks in. So, and that's the fat D chord, which means if you include the A string, open A, open D, second fret on the G, third fret B, you get a D5 power chord, but you get that A, the fifth degree of the chord in the bass, in the lowest part of the chord, which fattens it up. All right, and then the riff goes like this. Okay, let's just stop there and talk about that. So I'm playing the A5 power chord, second fret, open A string, second fret D. Let's play that twice. Then I'm going third fret A string, second fret A string, third fret low E. That's your G note. All these notes are right from the key of A minor. So now what we're going to do from here is go to a D5 power chord without the third, without the ring finger playing the third fret on the B string. So all I'm going to do is hit the open D and the second fret G. Okay, so you want to be careful and not have your index finger flattened, because then you get this. X. Oh, we don't need that. So you got to play it clean, and the trick is to have your index finger stand up and mute slightly lean into the second string without pressing it down so that it mutes it. So here's what the second string sounds like while I'm muting it. So it can't really sound. Even if I hit it, it won't sound like this. Okay. So this is important with these riffs, to sound clean, to sound professional, to sound good to the ear. They got to be clean. All right. So here's the riff. So far. Now, once you hit this, you're going to come back with your middle finger to 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret, and then with your index, 2nd fret A string. So, back down to that G, and then the final part is open A, and then 2nd fret on the A string, which is a B note. That's the whole verse riff. Notice that vibrato when I come down to the G the second time, right? Not here. Not there. There. Okay, so this is all played. You could play all of this with downstrokes, which is basically what I'm doing. I think that's the best way to do it for accuracy. If you try doing upstrokes, you might get tangled up in the strings, and it's not very fast. So using all downstrokes should be fairly easy to do. All right, that's the intro and the verse riff. And then it has this little pre-chorus where it briefly goes into the key of E, and we have this. So we're going to play open E, and then 5 on the A string, 7 on the A string. Again, do that again, and I'm muting the low E. But I'm not muting on the A string. So open E, 5-7-A, open E, 5-7-A, open E, and then we're gonna go. It's kind of a pinch harmonic here on the 5th fret on the D string. Then open E again, 8-7, 5-7. So here's what that sounds like. Into a G power chord, or a G. This is actually like a G cowboy chord, like you would play on an acoustic, but I'm leaving certain notes out of it so it'll ring better on an electric guitar. This is very common. And what I'm doing is playing middle finger on the 3rd fret, low E, muting the A string underneath it with the underside of my middle finger. Open D, open G, 3rd fret B. Rings beautifully. And it's very simple. Sometimes I'll play it like this with my thumb and mute the A string with the underside of my thumb. But in this case, this makes more sense. Then it goes to an A power chord, C5 power chord, into a D. So we're playing a D here instead of there. Could play it there if you wanted. We have options, but I'm playing it here just because we're getting some momentum moving this way. C5 power chord, which you probably know, but it's 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret D. Move the whole thing up 2 frets, and you've got a D5 power chord. Okay, if you don't know the notes, this is a good time to start learning the notes. The best way I think to learn the notes on the fretboard, by the way, is to really, every time you learn a song or a riff, just make sure you are calling out those notes. Like, that's a C5 power chord, and it's made up of C and G. And if you do that enough, even with guitar solos, you'll start to remember the notes, and you'll get more familiar. If you don't ever think about that, you'll never start internalizing what the notes are on the fretboard, which really unlocks things if you know it. And it's super simple to do, but many players, even some advanced players, couldn't tell you what this note is. Right? So don't be that guy. All right. So back to the task at hand here. So we're going G, A, C, twice on D, and then the chorus kicks in. So if you're having trouble following along here, I highly recommend checking out the tab over at Patreon, because that'll give you all the notes, and the Guitar Pro especially will actually play it for you, play it back for you, so you can hear it and slow it down if you need to even. So let's go on to the chorus. Now, this will be short and easy because the chorus is the same as the main riff, but it just adds one note. So the chorus goes like this. Hopefully you caught what note that was. So let's look at the riff. That's where the first riff stopped, right? We're going to add the 3rd fret G on the low E string to the riff. And then it goes right into it. So that's it, guys. That's the whole riff. And as I was playing it, I noticed when I'm playing that little scale bit there, I do a little bit of alternate picking there. That just comes natural to me, and I think maybe that's a good way to do it. When you're playing the chords, I think downstrokes is the best way. So you can choose how you want to do it there. We always have options as guitar players. We don't have to do it exactly like someone else does, even the original artist. What matters is the sound that comes out of your speakers. All right, and that it works for your hands and your technique. That's it. Man, it's good to be back. I have taken as of this filming, this is the last day of April 2025, and I've been busy working and mixing a new album from my band, Reign of Glory, which has Mark Bowles, former Yngwie Malmsteen vocalist, on it. He's the singer for the band, and it's taken all my time. I haven't been able to. It's taken more time than I thought it would, so I sort of had to put everything on hold while I got that done. Not only do I play guitar, but I mix and do all that stuff too, and sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. So this was a great, I think we have a great album on our hands, and I'll be sharing some more information about that with you guys. But I just want to say I'm happy to be back, and if you're new around here, man, I love me some 80s metal, and all kinds of hard rock and metal from different eras, 70s, 90s, even some current stuff. But where I usually live is sort of that 80s hard rock and metal, and that's mostly what you're going to find here on this channel. So if you're into that stuff, you're going to really dig what's going on here. I'm going to have new kinds of lessons as well, not just riffs and solos, but some some technique things and some other cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned, enjoy this, grab the tab over at Patreon, and I'll see you next time. Rock on.